let's start the Rachel's talk. This is the second part of the Rachel's talk series. This is the second one, so therefore she will introduce our Waseda IIT Jodhpur's joint project, research project, 2 years. The firstly is considering about the first 2 years. Yes. So please start your talk.
Okay, so it is a very closed group of only all of us who have interacted together. So it is also a pleasure and to do it like this. So I and Dhruv are going to make this presentation jointly. So without further ado, I will begin. Okay, so I want to begin with a term which is there in the title of our talk, which is technology enhanced learning. And so that's at the heart of the project because it is the use of technologies to facilitate and improve learning, regardless of the location of learning environment, which may be local, such as campus of a school or college, or remote, as at home or at the workplace. So this is the general understanding of technology enhanced learning. So when we think about it in the context of a school, perhaps this is the kind of image that is coming to our mind. Everyone has their own individual equipment, and like, the teacher, there's a smart phone, some smart board, some children are joining online, there are cameras, and and there are mics, and you can see that perhaps it's a project on fish. So there's a little model here of a fish, and then the teacher is also showing a video, and it's participatory. The space of the classroom is organized in a special way, and so on. Right. And therefore our project is called Exploring Smart Pedagogy. But we cannot really talk about smartness without just thinking a little bit what it means to be smart also. So therefore, if you put together smartness and learning, there is a new focus on learning with the evolution of intelligent technologies, which can collect local and pertinent data, analyze it, draw conclusions, adapt and change behavior to suit the environment and improve performance. And it's not just in learning, but also various aspects of our present day society, as well as the kind of world that we want to live in, like smart cities, smart future. All of that also has this idea of smartness in it. But what is interesting is we also have to understand, perhaps like Heshin, Dhruv, Afnan, all of you are born in the era of digital media. And if you think about Professor Matsumaru, do you remember when is the first time you got introduced to internet? First time you used internet, which year it is?
I don't remember, but maybe the 1987 or 80s.
80s.
Yes.
The first time I used internet is 1997, but I was in United Arab Emirates. Dhruv, if you are here, can you remember which is the first year you used internet?
I used in 2005, but I think for an Indian, it is quite early for me because like my parents were involved in stock market. So it was, means
Yes.
in my class, I was the only one with an active internet connection. I cannot talk about an average Indian kid of my age.
Yes. And Haitian, can you remember maybe when you first used internet?
I think is maybe in primary school, maybe 2006 or 2005. I don't remember clearly.
Yes. And Afnan, do you remember?
Yes, I think it's from 2005 or around during the elementary school.
Yes, so you can see that, so this is the difference in technology, this thing. Professor Matsumaru used the internet at the time when the technology was so very, very new.
Yes.
And I used it because in the UAE was one of the first Middle East countries to sort of expand the use of internet in this way. And what Dhruv said is especially relevant because in India, I asked this question in my class, and very often students have first used internet in 2012. 2013. So that is the difference in the like access to that technology. And nevertheless, so for when we talk about smart learners, the theory about smart learners is coming not from the context of developing countries. It is coming from the developed world. And there is a generation of students who are net generation or digital natives or Generation Z. And they are working with an ability to obtain multiple resources from internet, and you're living with social media, and you have permanent contact with members on social media. So this kind of experience is not true, especially across different classes in a country like India. And our particular so right now I have talked about smart learning and smart learners, but the missing piece in this conversation is the teacher. And that is very important, because even theoretically, what it means for teachers in developing countries to use technology in the classroom is, so in poor schools, very often it looks like this. There'll be one TV, or in if you look at, like, say, more well-to-do private schools, perhaps it looks like this. So it is a very passive experience of technology, as you can see. They are just using it to see things. And um, and I think the most important thing is, just if a technology is in the classroom is not enough, but teachers also need to learn how to use that technology. So our project is called SMART Pedagogy. So as you can see, there is a big gap theoretically, conceptually, and experimentally that we need to fill. I had some work here on how teachers use technology, but I think because of shortage of time, I'll not go through that. Okay, and if there is questions, we can come back to it. So when you're looking at smart pedagogy, what you're looking at is, so a teacher who should successfully teach in a classroom should have at least 3 kinds of knowledge nowadays. You should have pedagogical knowledge of how to teach students. You should have content knowledge. So if you're teaching engineering or if you're teaching mathematics, you should know your subject. And if you want a teacher to use technology in the classroom, they should have a certain kind of technological knowledge as well, right? And therefore, we want a teacher to have this overlapping component of pedagogical, content knowledge and technological knowledge. And that's a very ambitious goal, actually, that we are setting. And this kind of knowledge of the teacher, it depends on teacher training, what kinds of attitudes they have, whether they are able to understand the aim of the technology, whether they have resources to support them in the use of the technology. But also, we are developing a technology-enhanced learning system. So it is the teachers and the students and the administration and the technology in the classroom. And also, like Haitian and Dhruv would have noticed yesterday in the conversation with the teachers, depending on the age of the teacher, their familiarity with technology, all of that will also create attitudes to how comfortable they are with technology. So all of these are some things to keep in mind for what we are planning to do through our project. Okay. So we want to have a system perspective. That's why the title of our project is also says Technology Enhanced Learning System. So it's not just putting a piece of technology in the classroom and going away. That is simple. It's harder to have a system perspective. Okay, so then I want to talk a little quickly about the history of the Indo-Japanese collaboration, with which this association began. In fact, Professor Matsumaru and Professor Saha, who was, they have a very long history of friendship and association, and this is the product of that. The first prototype of this game, which was called Sakshar. Sakshar in Hindi means literacy. And it's coming from the IDVT device, which was developed in Waseda University for rehabilitation of stroke patients. But in India, it was used in this fashion. So the setup also everyone is familiar with. Now at that time, this is Dr. Ribi. He was Professor Saha's student. He and this is Mr. Ravi. He has also visited Waseda University as part of this. I was not officially involved in the trial, but because they wanted to take it to school, I was the one who helped in the design of the questionnaires and in the actual field trialing. I was involved in a short way. That time I was at the University of Delhi. This is our daughter Joy. She was also involved in the field trialing. So yeah, so what happened in that? So the device Sakshar was developed and it was trialed at the end in one school, and then there was not much development after that. But it was always a desire that sometime we should take this forward. And therefore, in this present project, we are looking at three aspects. We are looking at technical design, which is the integration of hardware and software. There is the game design aspect, which brings together educational as well as design principles. And then there is pedagogical design, which is the use of classroom use of the game. So this is the broad idea. And the way forward, I will just quickly mention another interesting aspect of our collaboration, which is that even in India, we are very lucky and very fortunate that we have three institutions which are participating. So from IIT Jodhpur, there is myself, Dr. Ribi, and so Dr. Ribi is from Department of Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Rajalakshmi Chauhan is from the Department of Electrical Engineering. We have Professor Matsumaru from here, Waseda University. Then we have Dr. Shiva. He is a professor of mathematics at IIT Delhi. And we have Dr. Oswald, who is a professor of computer science from NIT Trichy. So we are very fortunate to have a very diverse range of faculty who are involved in it. And we are equally fortunate to have like a diverse cohort of students who are involved with this project. So the main research questions are: what are the challenges faced by teachers and students from diverse socio-economic contexts in using the existing system? And how can we use this kind of sociological and educational feedback to design a more inclusive and innovative technology-enabled learning system? So the idea of justice and the idea of equality and creating a product finally which can bring the benefit of technology enhanced learning to even children from very poor and marginalized backgrounds is an important aspect of this project. And in the next 2 years, we basically want to take the system, work with schools, constantly talk with teachers and try to understand user experience. And yes, I will. So there is this understanding of user aspirations and experience and technology enhanced TEL development, and they both should go hand in hand. So that is this. And yeah, okay, so I've talked about this. So the objectives of our to develop learning content. So from game development perspective, we want to develop learning content that makes maximum use of all the affordances of the device. We should be able to switch it according to grade and in real time. We should be able to collect and analyze computer trace data from interactions on the device to understand learner performance, adapt activities according to learner level, and give feedback to students and to teachers. This is very important that developing the game setup and to integrate hardware and software, especially to continuously modify the device so that it is versatile. It can work in different kinds of environments, both in underdeveloped areas as well as in developed areas. It should be portable, power consumption should be low. These are some aspects that are there. And then field trialing is very important to obtain feedback from a diverse cohort of students, feedback from teachers and school administrators, and to determine the usability factors which can be used in this technological design stage. And finally, we also want to move in a direction of professional development of teachers. So yesterday also this question was asked to me, what is your opinion about talent identification? And so in all of these conversations, the teacher is the most important element. And but the teacher is also the part that we don't really talk about much. So I think that's a significant component of our intervention. And with this, I want to invite Dhruv to make a presentation on the pilot of the game. Thank you. Hello, Dhruv, are you speaking?
Yeah, yes, sorry. So my screen is visible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, like starting with the objectives of the game. So this game is to develop for the foundational literacy and numeracy for the young children. So if we have a deep dive into these two words, we will be introducing sounds of English alphabet phonetically and in an interactive way, and to provide recognizing starting sounds of the word. For example, like sun. So sun starts with S. So the sa sound is so we are trying the students to recognize the starting sound of the word. Third is the to create familiarity with the spelling of the selected word. So now it is the spelling. So first the student has understand the sound S, then the spelling sun, sun spelling. Then to integrate the speech recognition for pronunciation training. So now this is the pronunciation. This is currently not integrated with the current game setup. And the last is the to have a bilingual approach for foundational literacy. For India, we have Hindi and English. For Japan, we can have a Japanese and English for bilingual approach. And the second part is to develop an integrated pedagogical approach, which is developmentally appropriate and age appropriate, which was also covered in deeply by Dr. Rachel. So now discussing about the game features, it is based on Python games. Currently, it has three letters S, A, and T. It is not in the traditional method. Like traditionally, we do A, B, C, D, but here we are doing in a random way S, A, T by changing the sequence. Then the game slides that we have, they are based on a storyline to make it more interactive and fun for students. Then we are also taking basic learning analytics, like how much time a student take to complete that particular slide, which can be used for further processing and getting some inference, like how the student is performing or how a class is performing. Now talking about the integration, this current game is integrated with Hokoyu LiDAR sensor. So for that, this is the video.
Actually, we can't hear audio.
Okay.
But it's okay. I think you should go on.
So like it is it is for the whole three alphabets, but I trimmed it. So like the discussion about the pilot of the game. The pilot version of the game of this game was conducted on 18th of November at the Kendriya Vidyalaya, a school near IIT Jodhpur in the campus of IIT Jodhpur, in which 45 students participated from different age group and different grades. Uh, their experience of playing the game for the SANT letter was collected and analyzed. But that at this pilot of the game, the laser range sensor was not integrated. They were just playing with the mouse, and the speech recognition part, which is now also not working, was not integrated at that particular time. So now this is all from my side.
Okay.
Also, I would like to give the demonstration of the game. Ma'am, is the game window visible?
Yes,
Game
yes.
window is visible, but sound is not there.
No sound.
Sorry, could you repeat?
Sound is not there.
Yeah, sound is okay. I think we can continue without.
We don't have a recording. Do you have a recording of the game that you can play maybe?
No, ma'am. Like I had recording only for
Yes, but even
the
then
trial.
sound will be an issue, I think. Professor, shall we continue without the sound or?
Can you show the sound here? I don't know exactly why it is. サウンド共有になってるな。It's okay. But can you play it again? Can you do the game in your computer on time? Right now, real time?
Yes, sir. I'm playing in the real time.
Yes. Please try to do.
Yes, sir. But only the sound is not.
Yes. But it's okay. Please go again. Speaker.
Yes, we can do.
Select all things starting from S. S से शुरू होने वाली सभी चीजों को चुनें. Sun, stones, swing, snake, stars, stones, swing, spider, spider, stones, snake, sun. Count the number of branches in the tree. Select all things starting from A. A से शुरू होने वाली सभी चीजों को चुनिए. Apples, axe, arrow, axe, apples, ant, alligator, axe, apples, ant, ambulance, alligator, apples, ant. Select all things starting from T. T से शुरू होने वाले सभी चीजों को चुनें. Tap, table, tie, toad, tent, table, tree, tomatoes, tiger, table, tent, tomatoes.
Yes, please. Okay.
So like this was our game.
Yes.
So this was end of my part of the presentation.
Okay. Thank you. Good.
Thank you.
ちょっとじゃあ、アフナン、you watched the game for the first time, so therefore I want to I want you to show your opinions or feelings about that game. How do you think?
Yes. I think this game is interesting, and it helps the children or the young children to to connect their thoughts about the things. This starts with S letter, this starts with T letter, and so on.
Yes.
But I have a question related to SAT. So I'm not sure if I should ask later or no, or now.
No, please ask.
Yes. What's the idea behind selecting SAT as the game module?
So the idea is usually when you learn English language, I don't know how you were taught, but usually we will begin with A, B, C, D, like
Yes.
that, right? In
Yes.
that order. Then what is happening is that you have to wait till you reach letter Z to start reading something. Now, supposing you introduce SAT, then you
Yes.
introduce the letter P, then you introduce the letter M, then you introduce the letter F. So you can make many words already. Sat, cat, pat, hat, cat. Then and also all words in English language are not phonetic, right? There are some sight
Yes.
words also. Like for example, the, 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 right? It is a
Yes.
you should just know the spelling. Like there is no logic to that. So
Yes.
when a child learns to read, so if you begin with some phonic letters, so then the child is already acquiring that skill from the very beginning. So and there is a sense of achievement which will make the child want to progress further. So like current research shows that like this kind of order is perhaps a better order. It is exactly like in the case of our keyboard. Like this,
Yes.
the keyboard, we have QWERTY keyboard, no? QWERTY UI.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, there is more efficient keyboards available. But why we are using the QWERTY keyboard? It is because when in the development of early keyboards, American typists, and secretaries association, they resisted introducing like a better keyboard. So it is similar in this context, which is we will be introducing letters so our idea is to make a complex game. So in English language, there are 256 components which are there actually. They are called graphemes. Each of these 256 components, if you gradually manage it or you learn it, then you are able to read. So for example, C. So you have these individual, so we know A, B, C, D, but that letter A itself has different kinds of sounds. There is the long A sound, there is A, there is E. All of that is A. So we have to make so that is the long-term vision of that is the linguistic vision behind the game, which is to make a game which will introduce letters in such a way that children will also learn to read side by side. So in the future development of the game, we should have small reading activities also. But perhaps that is not possible in the within the ambit of this particular 2-year cycle. But it is but when we are proposing proof of concept, we want to propose this also, because so many games are already there for teaching English to young children. So many are there. What is the novelty of our work should be? It is to be used in classroom for multiple players. It should have bilingual element. It should be versatile. You can project, like teacher should be able to do many things, project it on the wall, project it on table, project it on the floor. And also in terms of language pedagogy or learning a language, it is doing something new. So we have planned something ambitious. I hope we will be able to bring it together. And this is a very good beginning It is a big learning experience for us to come. And like I said, it is a collaboration. It began 10 years ago with work that started in Waseda. Yes.
Yes, I think so. I'm on my way to ask about the reading. What about if the the shapes or like the sun become reading SUN?
No, so that yes,
so you
yes.
answer about this question.
No. Also, that is important. Right now, we just want them to understand that some words begin with letter S. We are not focused, and we have to redesign even this game, some of the slides. So we are not focusing on helping them learn the full spelling. Right now, they should just be able to identify that, oh, this is a letter, that shape of the letter S.
Yes.
It's there at the beginning in some of these words. So everything does not have to be done by our game. Children are already learning in the school. It is just to reinforce what is
yes. Yes, thank you very much for your complete answer. You explained very well. Thank you.
No, thank you for your question also.
Thank you.
Everyone else has seen.
Yes. Present version is starting, and also the starting letter learning, SAT, only that. But that is also the catching point to interest about the English word, maybe. Yes. English word and English alphabet, the make it attractive or make interest in this kind of alphabet letters for Indian children is one important point. First step to learn, learning motivation, making learning motivation is one first step. Yes, I think.
Yes, sir. And if children are able to put together 3 letters and they're able to read, right from the beginning, that also increases confidence that this is a language that they will be able to manage. That is also.
How do you think how do you learn the different, not mother tongue language? For example, this is especially the English learning system, and the starting from the letter, important 3 letter is our target firstly. So how do you think about this methodology, or how about your experience to learn starting the English? Start learning English in your case? Apna, please say.
In my situation, I have started learning English since 11 years old. Yes. In that time, I'm just starting with the school with the textbooks. We learn about the alphabet with some examples, like A apple, P pork, C cat, D dog, like this way. There wasn't like much technology used at that time. So I think in these days, it's better to like include the technology, include the games to motivate the students or to push them to learn another language. Especially all of us are not an English native speaker, so this kind of motivation is very important. And this is in my situation, yes. But everything has changed now, I think. If I like compare my situation to my siblings and all the children around me, for my relatives, they have some games, they have some like apps to be used to motivate them to learn and memorize words, how to write, how. But in my situation, I think it's a very typical way to learn English. Yes. So I found these kind of games and this kind of motivation is very good for students to learn, or for children to start learning another language, because starting learn language from younger is better than elder. So if I compare between my English and my Japanese, I have this kind of thoughts.
Okay.
Yes, this is my opinion and this is my situation.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, your way is firstly some kind of textbook, and then some object illustration and the name reading. For example, the apple
Yes.
or trees or birds or something.
Yes.
The object's name reading is the first step.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes. In case of me, the textbook, the reading, but the firstly from the short sentences. For example, the I speak English, you speak English, you and I speak English. I learn Japanese, I learn English, you learn Japanese, I learn Japanese too. This kind of simple sentence, the starting point of the English textbook looks like this in my case. Yes.
But Professor, you knew the alphabet, no, by then?
Alphabet is already known because in Japan, not only hiragana, katakana, but also alphabet writing by for example some kind of the hiragana writing, katakana writing, and also the alphabet writing. For example, the ta. For example, some kind of it is difficult to show. But for example, the ta is like this, the
Yes.
hiragana, and the ta of the katakana is like this. But also, we study the alphabet showing. Ta is look like this. TA. So this kind of three kinds of the writing methodology is also the learning in the elementary school.
This
So
is what I
in
did
elementary school, they are
yes.
already doing it bilingually. They are
No, by only the
writing.
Japanese writing, the Japanese, for example, the car is taka, car is here, but also the car is look like this. So this kind of taka Japanese in the hiragana, taka is writing in katakana, and taka is writing in this kind of alphabet. These three things is studied in the elementary school.
So you are learning English alphabet, just the sounds without meaning.
And this it means only letter. The
Yes, yes.
alphabet
Some pictures.
letter,
Yes.
and
And it's
only the reading. The A is A. A is only A.
yes.
The I is only I. I is only I.
E.
I. U is only U.
U.
U. E is only E. So A U E O is a basic mother.
For Japanese hiragana.
Yes, Japanese hiragana is based on this A U E O, and the kakikukeko. Next is a kakikukeko. So therefore the A, I, U, E,
Okay.
O, and kakikukeko means only K is added. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko.
So
Like
then, Professor, our game then can work very nicely here because already, like, so supposing we had some Japanese educationist who could help us with this. What kind of, so you are beginning with letter K, no? Supposing instead of S, we begin with letter K here. A here and P. Then we can make a good game like that also.
Shi, su, se. So
Yes.
is the Japanese hiragana. So
Instead of
this
just,
is sa. Shi はCHI なんだけど、さし、す、せ、そ。 So
そうですね。
this is sa. Shi はまあ CHI なんだけど、さし、す、せ、そ。 Like this.
そうですね。
So
So my idea is eventually like
Mm.
two languages we are introduced. So like if you say sun, in
Yes.
Hindi, sun is Suraj.
Yes, yes.
So, or sari is a dress worn in India.
Yes,
So both begin. So you find common words which sound the same in two.
So, sorry, the
Also like
network. Yes, yes.
interesting.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So therefore, we already know the alphabet already in the elementary school.
I see.
And to go to the junior high school, we have studied English learning.
Yes.
So therefore, started with some the new sentences. I study English. English is a starting point to read this kind of this kind of short sentence. But from here, from this condition to this condition, this is a very, very different gap, because this is we already pronounce I, but actually this is pronounced I, so therefore the little bit different. And study,
So
but
only short vowel sound. I is there.
so I is basically we are doing the I is I. we are remembering. So therefore the I is I. Yeah. And study, but the from this alphabet reading methodology, this is study, we think. But this is pronounced study is necessary. So therefore, the changing this U pronunciation is different. So therefore, it is a little bit it is a little bit jump or gap from the elementary school learning and the English itself study learning in the junior high school. This is a little bit gap in Japanese way.
Yes, yes.
And this is a interesting point, maybe. So you are focused on the different pronunciation of you. So for example, so therefore the u or you or u or you or English I とか I とか different pronunciation is necessary to study about the one single letter, but the different pronunciation, that kind of thing is very, very interesting and very, very good way to study about the English studying, I think. Hi, that is the idea. Is it difficult to hear from me? なんか
No, Professor, my laptop battery was low. I just changed position.
Okay, okay. Mic, yes, mic is Logitech stream coming here. So, hi, this is my thinking from your talk, yes. Afnan, next question to Afnan is how to improve this, what is your findings to improve that kind of game?
How can you repeat the question, please?
You have watched the present game, and
Yes.
the how do you think about the improvement point? How it is more better to make it?
Yes, the improvements.
To improvement more. Which point should be changed to something or add something? How do you think?
Yes.
If you have some finding point, please let us know.
Yes, I think as I have earlier told about the vocabulary words to be appear in front of at the screen, like sun, to be write sun, like this way, just to help them to memorize it better. Or maybe it can be provide for more younger children as like next grade or something, or make it as a levels. Also, I think for this game, is there any other letter can be used as other than SAT? Maybe including other letters.
Yes, we will do that. We will maybe we will not do all the letters. We will do M, we will do P, we will do C, and then we will show this idea that they should, once you have those some more consonants, then they can make some words. And then we will introduce vowel I.
Yes.
Then they can do some small sentences. I
Yes, that's what I want to say.
I is important. So then they can say I am. So if you have already introduced A, and then we have already introduced T also.
Yes.
So there they can make a name. I am Matt, or I am Pat, or I am Cat. So
Yes.
from word right up to sentence with a few letters we can manage.
Yes, very good. And also, I think
Yes, this is
starting from scratch with this kind of model, if you pass this one or learn about this one, so you can more sentence or more words like this way, I think. Great. Yes, this is my findings till now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so good. The suggestions and comments.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Rachel, can you want to hear from Afnan more?
I think I will also have longer conversation with Afnan tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Before we leave.
Yes.
And
course.
I can show you the remaining letters where this idea came from.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Good.
Of course.
じゃあ、なんか comment from the group. Do you have some comment about from these discussions?
Yes, sir. I am currently working on the suggestions that you have gave after when you first saw the game. So I had increased the time of the slide changing when finally all the things are selected. So
Yes.
previously it was taking only 1 second to change the slide. Now currently it is taking 2 seconds for that.
Yes.
I think that would be fine if you want to see that again tomorrow. And I'm also working for that number of objects left to be selected. That I will try to do it by tomorrow and show you before leaving.
Okay. Good. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Hissing, do you have some question or suggestions to it?
I because I have already talked my suggestion to Professor Rachel.
Yes.
It's about maybe we can make this system automatically
Okay.
by adding
Yes.
some learning techniques.
Okay.
Yes. So I hope we can stay in touch when we leave also, and I can give you maybe some words for the next letter, and if you can see if there is some software which can generate it faster, like you were suggesting, that will be a big help. I mean, because currently we are manually doing.
Yes. Okay, of course.
Thank
I will
you.
try to. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. The time has come, so therefore we should conclude this session. Yes. Thank you, Rachel, and thank you, Drew, about your talking, the good talking, and also the Afnan Hissing. Thank you for the good discussions. Yes. That's all for this session. Thank you. Bye. See you.
Yeah. See you.
Bye.
Tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.